How's it going, everyone? Matt from Backer Club here again with another creator interview. This time we have Mo from Memoried. How's it going, Mo?
Hi, Matt. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure. As a creator, you spend a lot of time in your silent room, and now it's finally time to get out of the and bring the product into the real world. So, yeah, thanks for giving the opportunity.
Awesome. Yeah, well, we're here. We're going to ask you a few questions today, and we're just going to jump right into it. So,
All right.
can you give us the 60-second elevator pitch on like how Memoried turns a wall map into a living, tappable story?
Sure, I'm happy to do that. So basically, what we built is a world map, as you said. It is you probably know these world maps where you can pin and mark the locations you have been to. And we took this as an inspiration, but brought it one step further. We made it interactive with our own app. So basically, we built these pins with NFC technology, and therefore they become smart and able to store your memories. So you take your phone, hold it onto the pin, which is marked the place we have been to, and then all the memories from that trip will show up on your phone instantly.
Cool. Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
a really, really neat idea. Kind of combines a couple of, things people are doing right now. So, can you give us the like aha moment that sparked this idea? Was there a specific trip or a lost photo that pushed you to build it?
So I like to travel. I'm 30 now, and like the last years, I tried to travel as much as I can to see different places. For me, this is just pure enjoyment to get out there and explore new countries, new cities, whatever. Um, and back then, there was a time where I saved some money and did like a world travel and traveled to different countries. And this took me actually 1 year. So obviously, I took a lot of
Wow.
pictures, a lot of videos. I made a lot of real memories from that trip. Then I came home, and I figured out that it's actually not fun to to search through or scroll through
Yeah.
all those memories. You have like 2,000, 3,000 photos, videos in your cloud, and you just scroll to find the real memories. Especially if you talk to your friends and you want to show your friends or your family some memories. It's like scrolling. You have like random screenshots in there,
Yeah.
memes, whatever, and it's just not fun. It's not nice to do that. And that was like the initial moment where I thought, okay, you have these clouds, which is cool, but there must be a better way for the real memories. So you have the clouds on the one side where, for in my case, I don't know how it is with you, but in my cloud there are probably 30,000 photos.
Yeah, I
And
was
if I
gonna
grow
say,
older, it will be 60, 70,000 photos and videos, and it's like I said, it's not fun. So I thought there must be a better way beside of the cloud for the real memories, the ones that I want to remember when I'm, let's say, 80 or 70, sitting there, want to think about my life. And yeah, this is where the initial idea came up for a new way of memories.
mm, cool. So
Yeah.
you've been working on this. How long has it taken you to go from basically this idea that you had to like this working prototype?
hmm So actually, we started 3 years ago already with a different idea, which is a brand that we already built. So Memoried is not the first brand we built; it's actually the second brand. The first brand is called Juries, and it's up and running only in Germany though. But it is a jewelry brand with NFC technology built inside as
Oh,
well. So we
cool.
basically built like a medallion where you can also store memories in there. And that was like the initial idea, like I said, 3 years ago. And
Yep.
then we built this up, and like there was always, because of my passion for travel, there was always this idea for the travel canvas. And then we started like 1 year ago, I would say it was, with the canvas prototyping. We started building different types of pins. As you can see, this is like the version we have now, but of course we started like way different, and then we figured out ways to make it look cool, to make it like work in a proper way. So we are on it for almost 1 year now. And like I said, as a creator, most of the times you're building this in the after behind closed doors, and now it's finally time. It feels so good to finally
Yeah.
get out there, tell people about it. We started with advertising some weeks ago, and we get so much cool feedback. and which, of course, this is like the currency for creators. So it's like this is what you get
Yeah.
back from people if and it feels so good if you have an idea, bring it out there, and then people say, "Hey, that's actually really cool. I want to have it, and I have some other ideas for this. I really love the project." This is really what makes it fun. Yeah.
Awesome. So now I'd like to kind of deep dive into the product a little bit and ask you some kind of detailed questions about how it works. So,
Mhm.
how intuitive is the setup for somebody who's, say, like non-tech savvy, who does a lot of traveling and wants to
Yeah.
have one of these maps and pins set up?
Yeah. So that was always the goal to make it as easy as possible. In fact, you need the app. You need to download the Memoried app, and you have to create an account. And then it is basically a simple diary app. You can put photos, videos, text, and design it in your own way. Also, because maybe you know that when you go for a different, like for a travel, you go for a place, and there's this song which is playing always in the radio, and it somehow makes it your favorite song from that trip. And then years later, you hear this song, and it reminds you of that time. So we also included the possibility to upload favorite songs from that
Oh,
trip
cool.
just through Spotify API. And then also you can upload voice memos, for example, just to have
Wow.
some more more media features than just the cloud. And yeah, once it's uploaded through the app, you actually don't need the app anymore. So let's say friends or family come and visit, they can also take their phone and hold it to the pin, and it will
Mm,
instantly show up in their browser. So they don't need the app. So that
okay.
way, it is super easy. You just tell them, "Hey, take out your phone, hold it in there." And the good thing is, like almost every phone nowadays has the functionality of NFC, because this is like how you pay in a supermarket
Yep.
a lot. Um, so it is basically super simple. It's just one tap with your phone to the pin, and it will show up instantly. One note here, if you don't want that, you can set it on private. So if you don't want anybody to scan the pin, you can set it on private, and this way you need the app, you need to be logged in. But I mean, this is a cool
Wow.
feature, and this
Yep.
is what people told us what they want to do, like in the first place. If people come visiting, they will like it's a super cool
Yep.
conversation starter. You have the map, someone asks, "Hey, what's that?" And then you say, "Hey, just take a phone and hold on to the pin," and then all the memories will show up, which is like I said, a super cool way to get a conversation started about your travels and show the memories from that trip.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really cool idea. So, you kind of already mentioned it. You mentioned that you could do songs, you could do like voice memos, obviously pictures and probably video. Is there any other media formats that you can put on the memory? And then also, what is the file ceiling for each of the
Mhm.
files?
Yeah. So we will start with the files you mentioned or the media types you mentioned. Maybe there will be some like with the jewelry brand as well. We push updates like as
Okay.
fast as possible, and so there is the chance that we'll bring more media types and support more media types in the future. Um, but like I said, we start with photo, video, text, Spotify songs, and voice memos. That is where we start. And I think it's a good mix to build
I
your
was
own
gonna say,
diary, and it's a good way to talk about your trips.
what more could you want, right?
Yeah, exactly. Regarding the size, so we didn't want to make like a subscription-based model. So
Yeah.
but we of course we cannot support like unlimited storage. Like
Yeah.
nobody can, of course. Huh? So we had to find a good way to make it happen. And the solution we found is that we will upgrade your storage with every 10 pins you buy. So this is a package of
Oh,
10 pins. If you get 10 more pins, then we will upgrade your storage. And like with every 10 pins, it is roughly able to store like 2,000 images. Again, we
wow.
don't want to have like 60,000 images here,
Yeah.
for example, because then we have a cloud again. It is like not
Yep.
the point of the product. But yeah, we found out this is like the fair way of upgrading the limits in the storage.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really neat that there is no like subscription model to this. It's like a
Yeah,
one-time purchase
yeah,
and then that's it, which is really I think a
exactly.
lot of people they have too many subscriptions already as it is. So
Yeah, that's the point, and it's yeah, in the best case, you have this canvas for your whole life. So it's like, you don't want to have a subscription here. There will be, maybe we think about, if someone says, okay, I want to, I don't know, upload 10,000 pictures here for whatever reason, we will have a version to upgrade without getting the pins. But this is something for the future. And yeah, I think for
Okay.
now, and this is what people said us, and the feedback we got, like, this is the best way to do it, actually.
Okay. Speaking about the app and building the actual pin, can you have like a collaborator? Can multiple people be be able to like upload stuff to one pin?
Yes, that is actually possible. So let's say you and your friend, you went to a travel and both of you have a Memoried canvas at home. Then you can actually share the memories from that shared trip. So that way, let's say you put in the pin and you added some memories. The friend will get a notification once you uploaded some new stuff. So that's obviously a cool way
Wow.
to
Yeah.
collaborate on the memories. And yeah, again, like I said, when someone comes by, everybody can just pin it, can just scan it, and then you can talk about the memories.
Wow. Cool. So like now moving on to a little bit more about the actual pins. First off, I think it's really neat that you can buy just the pins from you guys, or you can buy the map and the pins, which is really cool because if you have your own map already at your house that you custom made or maybe had a family name put on it or something, you don't have to buy that. You can just buy the pins, which is, I want to make that clear because I think that's really neat that you guys offer that. But
Yeah, it's
also,
actually something we didn't act like that was not the plan
yeah,
to do that. But once we started the advertising, a lot of people asked us, "Hey, is it possible to just get the pins because I have a map already?" And they were like, "If so many people have the maps already, we don't want to force them to buy like a completely new map. If you have a map, use your own map, get our pins, and just upgrade your own map."
yeah, yeah, I think that's really cool. And so, speaking about the actual smart pins, like how do they age over time? Like, is there anything that the user should know about the durability or replacement of them?
So that is actually the good thing about this NFC technology, because there's no battery. They don't have to be charged or anything. So basically, they will last forever. There's no reason why they should not hold forever. I mean, they're indoors. This is not something
Yeah.
which will get wet or anything. And so basically, there's no reason why they should stop working at any time. Our manufacturers gave us like 10 years warranty, because at some
Wow.
point they have to give us
Yeah.
some limit. But basically, like I said, they will probably last forever. And if in case, for example, your pin breaks or for whatever reason stops working, that doesn't mean that your memory is
Yeah.
gone. You can just take the memory and connect it to a different pin, and it's all there again. So it's super risk free on that point.
Yeah. That's yeah, really cool. Cool. So moving on here, you promise a like privacy by default. Can you like what data is actually leaves the user's phone and how is it stored?
Yeah. So for the storage, we use the highest standard in servers, and of course we need to store the data somewhere. But we don't have, and like no other third party has access to your data. It is encrypted with your account, and only if you have the PIN, you can see the memories from there. Also, there are two features which we will work in the future. Like next year, they will be published. One is a self-hosting service. Like you can
Mm.
self-host the memories if you want to use your own servers. That way, you don't even need internet connection. You can just self-host it. And the other feature we are building is an export function. So that way, let's say you want to, for some reason, want to export your memories, I don't know, to print it out or get it somewhere else, you can just hit the export button, export it to your Google Drive or whatever, and then you have your memories out of our system if that's needed for some other purpose.
Yep. Wow. Very cool. Yeah, if somebody's maybe downsizing, they can't fit the map, they want to, just have it all
Exactly.
digitally somewhere else. Yeah, that's a really cool,
Exactly.
really,
Or
really neat
maybe
idea.
that's something we heard already also, that I mean, you put some work in there, you build up your own diary. Maybe at some point you want to, I don't know, print it out.
Yeah,
Then you can just export it, print it out, and you have it in a physical printed version. This is something like you can do if you want to.
very neat. Cool. All right, so I'd like to move on to the kind of the sustainability side of this project. With production in the US and Germany, can you dive into any environmental aspects you guys considered for this project? Maybe some eco packaging or something along those lines?
Yeah, so that is really important for us that we build a like long-lasting product here, and it like all the materials are FSC certified. That means like coming from a sustainable resource and are like the highest quality standards in industry. And also, something I want to mention here in terms of the sustainability is that we are not building a product that you use for, I don't know, some weeks, some months, and then throw it away because it's wasted. No, this is basically a product that you buy and then keep it in best case for your whole life. So let's say
Yeah.
you are 80 and then you still have the product with all your memories on it, and then I don't know, your grandchildren come by and ask you about your life. You have a
Yeah.
beautiful way there to show and talk about your life, your trips, your travels. So like I said, it is not a waste product that will end up in
Yeah.
the bin after a few weeks. It is basically designed to stay with you your whole life.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna shout out my my mother-in-law here actually because she's a world traveler and she
Mhm.
actually has a map in her house.
Oh
And
really?
so she has all the pins where she's been all over the world on it. And I actually think that this is a great product for her particular case. And I really think that, like I'm gonna get her one to actually put all these on her map so that she could share all of her memories across the world. So yeah,
That sounds
actually
good. There we have
I think
our
it's really
first
cool.
backer then,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. It's great.
Cool.
So, all right. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the business side of the project. How confident are you guys in the July 2025 delivery date? And what is the biggest risk that could push that timeline back?
Mhm. So basically, we are already like ready to ship out. Like you see the product here. I showed you the pin, and everything is up and running. We have our production and manufacturer partner. Like you said earlier, it is one is based in Germany and one is based in US. So that makes shipping super easy. We don't have to ship from Germany to
Yeah.
United States. That would probably be a problem, especially now with all
Yeah.
this what is going on and the tariffs. And so we are super confident that we can ship out in July with our production partner in the US. Like it's the same. It's the same production. They just have two locations, and they have actually a lot of experience. They are in business for 30 years in this canvas industry, so they are pretty well known, and they are, yeah, like there are not big risks that something is not going to happen or not going to work. And yeah, we are pretty confident to ship out in July.
Yeah, that's really neat. That's a smart kind of idea having, a manufacturer that has two locations stateside and in Europe. So, that
Exactly.
actually, yeah, that's a great.
Especially with the canvas, because the canvas
Yep.
are kind of huge, and you like shipping them overseas doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. So that was like the main priority here, to find someone who can also like support us to ship worldwide, but not just based in Germany.
Yep. Cool. So speaking of the tariffs, I was gonna ask you about like raw materials spike or if the supply chain hiccups or pop up. Like I mean, it sounds like you guys have that pretty much under wraps, especially if it's produced here in the United States. A lot of backers are worried about the U.S.
Yeah.
tariffs right now and how that's going to impact them, but you guys kind of have that figured out so far. So,
Exactly. So
hats off to you.
it was kind of I mean, like the situation right now is kind of, we didn't expect that when we started
Yeah.
the project, but because we got so much good feedback from United States people who reached out to us that they want to have the product, that we were like, okay, if we do that, we want to find a way to not ship the cameras from
Yeah.
Europe to United States, to find a way to produce it in the United States, and this is what we made happen. And yeah, so there's no big risk here.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it. So, in kind of a couple of last questions here in the closing. So, for backers that are still on the fence about this project, what is one emotional payoff that Memory delivers that kind of a dusty photo album would never be able to do?
I mean, photo albums are great, yeah, but like you said, sometimes they're dusty because you just
Yeah.
forget them. You just forget them somewhere in the corner. They stay there, and then that's it. But with Memoried, actually, your memories come to life. You bring them
Yeah.
into your real world, into the physical world, and make them visible. And also, like I mentioned earlier, it's like a super cool conversation starter. If you have this canvas at your home and someone is visiting you, it's like, of course, they will ask, "Hey, what's that?" And then it's
Yeah.
like, it is just a beautiful way to talk about your travels, to show your travels. And let's be honest, it's just that is what memories are made for, to talk about them, to share with others. And yeah, I think this is like the main point for the product.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. Love it. So, last but definitely not least, is there anything that you'd like to say directly to the Kickstarter community before we wrap this up?
Mm. So first of all, thanks to everybody, because like I said, we started getting out of the corner and getting this product somewhere visible, and we got so good feedback, so nice comments and DMs and people asking us questions. And yeah, so first of all, thanks a lot for all the feedback. If you have any questions, we are always happy to help and answer all your questions. So just reach out to us through Instagram or Facebook or WhatsApp, and we are happy to help and yeah, provide everything we know about what we did. And we are super hyped up to finally bring this project into the real world, get it into the hands of the backers, get the real feedback, and then build from here.
Awesome. Well, there you guys have it. There's Mo from Memoried. Go check it out on Kickstarter. It's live now, and give it a pledge, and it's great. Thanks a lot, Mo.
Yep. Thank you for your time and for the chance to talk here.
Awesome. Take care.
Bye.